Over the past couple years, I've tried many different ways of making money online. And while I've succeeded at some and failed at others, today I'll be ranking these 12 different ways from worst to best. And some of these I've tried and gave up. Some of these I've continued to do to this day. So I'll be ranking all of these based on three criteria. One being the time, the effort you have to put into it. Two being the cost associated with maintaining and starting up this method. And three, the payout that comes with it. So let's get straight into it. So number 12, freelance work. With freelance work, I attempted to be a technical writer, basically writing essays and papers for people on the side. But I ultimately quickly decided that this wasn't for me because essentially it's another job where it takes the amount of effort that a job takes, where it doesn't take a lot of cost to start up. You're basically working another job with job type payout. And I didn't want to do this because I already have a very profitable job full time, so why would I have a lesser paying job? So number 11, reselling. If you've seen my previous videos, you've seen how I made profit by selling things around the house and getting on auction websites and buying things at a severe discount and then reselling them on places like Facebook Marketplace. And I was able to pull in profit doing this. So why is this so low? So through my experience, I realized just how much time and effort that went into, finding the products throughout the auction website and being able to acquire them and bring them back and then list them on the Facebook Marketplace to get it out there. And it was just a lot of effort. And then the cost that you had to put into getting all these things, you had to use your own money to, put down to acquire these items. And I just didn't feel like the return on investment on doing this and the effort I put into it was necessarily worth it. So that's why it's ranked this low. So online surveys is a method that takes literally no cost up front and very low effort. And because it takes no cost and low effort, you basically get little back in return. And I've done this for several years and I've been able to pull in about like $30 doing it. I did this on a pretty minor scale, so there is ability to, do this at a larger scale. But I was able to basically use this money to get gift cards here and there to be able to do certain things. But it's not something that's very lucrative or something that you should hedge all your bets on. So that's why it comes in this low. Number 9, and this is probably a controversial one, but that's drop shipping. Whereas I see all the gurus and experts online just speaking and raving about how profitable and how great drop shipping is, from my experience with it, I do agree that it is very profitable and very lucrative, but my issues with it come in regards to the effort and time that you have to put into it, as well as the cost, because dropshipping is a lane that I feel like in 2024 is extremely oversaturated. I feel as though you have to have an extreme edge to set yourself apart from all the other people doing it. You have to have been in the game for a lot of time and have a lot of knowledge on it, or you have to put in a lot of effort to be able to have that edge. And I just don't feel as though it is worth it, because even when you're successful, dropshipping continues to evolve and continues to change, and you have to continue to reinvent yourself, learn more, grow, and adapt. And I just don't think, all the time and the effort that you have to put into it is necessarily worth it. But still, I don't want to knock this method at all, because there, again, are so many people out there who are exceeding in it. So number 8, this one may be controversial as well, but that's stock investing. The stock market is a consistent way of continuously getting return on investment because it continues to grow year over year. And with stock investing, it takes a moderate amount of time to be able to research stocks, know what you're putting your money into, and being able to choose profitable stocks. So it does take a lot of knowledge, but you do get those consistent returns that you want to see whenever you're doing any kind of side hustle. The only reason it's this low on the list is because there is a way of investing in the stock market, which I'll be discussing a little bit later, that is by far and away better than just picking individual stocks. Number 7, affiliate marketing. I think affiliate marketing is a very great avenue of making money online, because if you have a service or a good that you can pitch to someone and get them to use, and then have that company pay you or reward you for getting people, it's a no-brainer to be able to do that. The only issue with affiliate marketing is that it's kind of hard to do on a large scale or to have it to great returns, because one, you need a dedicated base of people to be able to pitch it to, and for that it takes other means of making money online, whether that's being a social media influencer or YouTuber. So affiliate marketing, whereas it's great, it's not able to stand on its own as a consistent source of revenue, but you need other sources to be able to elevate it. But if you do have those other sources, affiliate marketing can be a very, very profitable way of making money online. So number 6, e-commerce. I believe e-commerce is, of all things on the list, the way of making the most money. The reason being is because it's just like any business, is that it can continue to grow and grow into infinite returns. So if you take the time and effort, which it is a lot, it does take a lot of time and effort to build an e-commerce business, and it takes a lot of upfront capital to develop an e-commerce business. But if you are willing to put in that time, that effort, that cost, then you can see infinite returns. And if you just look at it, Amazon is an e-commerce business, so that just goes to show you how big just developing this thing and spending time with it can be. The reason it isn't at the top of the list is because it is a significant investment on those 3 parts that I discussed. But if you're willing to put in that type of investment, it could pay off largely. So number 5, this is also one that I previously discussed in another video, that is credit card bonus churning. So this is this high because it's pretty automatic. If you could find a credit card that you haven't used that's offering a very significant promotional offer, all you have to do is follow its rules, take 15 to 20 minutes to sign up for it, and eventually hit the marks that it's asking you to hit, and you will basically pull in an easy $500 to $1,000, using or signing up for that card. And then if you don't want to keep it after that, you can just get rid of it or keep it and continue to use any benefits that it provides. And I love this because it's just such a low effort, low cost way of doing things. And coming in at number 4 is bank bonus churning. And I put bank bonus churning right above credit card bonus churning because, as opposed to credit cards where you have to hit a spending limit, with bank bonus churning, you don't, in a lot of cases, even have to spend any money. All you have to do is take the same amount of time you would set up a credit card, but set up a bank account and just set up your automatic, direct deposit to go into that account. And then from there, you're eventually going to hit that goal and get that promotional offer payout. So it's pretty much automatic as soon as you do it from the start. So it's something that takes little time and no cost, and you get a decent amount of payout, significantly more than what you would see with like online surveys. So why not do it? Number 3, and this is something I've talked about a lot because I have benefited greatly from it, and that's sports betting. So basically I use positive EV bet to ensure that I'm making profitable bets on, sports games, whether that's basketball, football, baseball, and whatnot, to ultimately yield a lot of return over the years that I've been doing it. So with sports betting, it does take a moderate amount of time to be able to make sure you're perusing bets and make sure you're picking profitable bets. So with sports betting, the amount of money you put in correlates directly to the amount of money you get out. So if, for example, you're only putting in $500 into the sports betting vehicle, you should expect only, around like $50 return on it, versus if you putting in $10,000 in there, you can expect something around the range of $500 a month coming back from it. So it is a vehicle where what you put in is kind of what you get out. So I kind of like that model, and it kind of is easy to understand. That's why I rank it this high. So number 2 is YouTube. For me, even though I'm an early creator and I haven't even benefited monetarily from YouTube yet, I think YouTube is probably one of the best ways of making money online, and not solely because of the return on investment that you get from it monetarily. I think YouTube brings so many different skills to you as a person outside of just money. I think it gives you the confidence and the ability to be able to relay information that you want to relay. It enhances your public speaking skills so that you can be able to communicate yourself effectively. And it even helps your ability to script and storytell. So all these things play a part in networking and building relationships and succeeding in other fields in your life. So even if you aren't benefiting monetarily all the time or as greatly as some other things with YouTube, there are still a substantial amount of benefits that do come from YouTube. The knock with YouTube is it does take a lot of upfront effort and time, as well as upfront cost, to be able to get the gear you need to be able to launch a successful YouTube career. But ultimately, I think the return you can get from doing these things can exceed by far the effort that you put into it over the long run, but you just have to continue to be consistent in those efforts. So number 1 is probably the most boring thing in the world, and that's index funds. I think index funds are by far the best way of investing in the stock market. Index funds are essentially an investment vehicle that follows certain indexes so that you can put your money in a combination of things instead of just picking one stock here and one stock there. You're investing in a multitude of things all in one. And I think this is such a great method of investing in the stock market because it takes little to no effort to be able to profit. Studies have shown that it by far exceeds people who individually try and pick out their own stocks. So in short, index funds are great because it doesn't take a lot of time or effort to find these investment vehicles, and the returns are very high and consistent. So why would you not want to invest your money in index funds? So boom, that's the list of all the things I try to do online. And I think it's important to talk about these things because diversifying your income should be the goal of everyone. It's not okay just to have 1 to 2 sources of income because you never know what could happen to them. You should always strive to continue to diversify your income and find different ways to make money. And I say when you're looking for ways to diversify your income, you're looking for things that you're passionate in and that you care about, because that's the only way you're going to keep these things going, and you're going to work hard to be able to thrive. And when you do find things you're passionate in, make sure you're also consistent in it, because consistency is the main proponent of being able to succeed in anything in life. So when you do find those vehicles that you love, make sure that you're consistently putting in the effort to make sure they take off, whether that's investing in YouTube and putting time into being a YouTube creator, or even dropshipping. If you want to be a dropshipper, make sure you're consistently learning and growing and improving in that avenue to be able to be the best at it. So that's all I have. Let me know if you've tried any of these vehicles and your experiences with it, and any other vehicles that I didn't mention that you've tried and your experiences with it. So remember to like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you all for watching. So be easy. Peace.